Welcome back to the Daily Halacha, sponsored by the Morgan family in memory of Bella's mother, Dr. Ellen Shanzer, of blessed memory, Alana Bat Yisrael. One more note on the extra gezerot, the extra decrees that the rabbis extended to the laws of Basar b'chalav. Again, because both meat and dairy on their own are permitted and they're easy to get mixed up, this additional gezerah is about how one is permitted or prohibited to bake loaves of bread. So, reading from the Penine Halacha, Gazru Chachamim shelo lalush batsek shel lechem b'chalav, shema yishkechu shel lechem chalavi, v'yavohu la'ochlo im basar. There's a prohibition about making dairy bread. The concern is that people will forget that the bread is dairy and will eat it with meat. Similarly, the rabbis decreed that one is not allowed to bake bread with, for example, some sort of fleishik meat, grease or oil in it. Shema yishkechu shehalechem basari v'yavohu la'ochlo im hachalav. Similarly, because the person may forget that the bread is meat, and they will eat it with dairy. Ta'u v'lashu batsek shelechem b'chalav o b'shuman basar. If one accidentally did it nonetheless, gazru chachamim shelechem asur ba'achila. The rabbis said, even after the fact, that loaf is prohibited. One is not allowed to eat it. The prohibition here is to prepare bread that is eaten over a long period of time, a loaf that will remain from one meal to the next. Aval mutar lahachin lechem chalavi o basari kishiur shebnei habayit yisaimu besuda hasmucha. However, if it is a size where it is customarily finished at that one meal, then one is permitted to make such bread because there's no concern that after the bread is left over that one is going to mistakenly eat it with the wrong type of food. Similarly, v'chein mutar lahachin lechem chalavi o basari kasher mishanim et surato shel halechem. If one changes the form, the shape of the bread, then one is allowed to prepare meat or dairy bread, provided ba'ofen shebnei habayit yavinu shedino shoneh v'yavararu imhu chalavi o basari. It has to be different enough that the people in the household will ask, "Hey, what is this strange-looking loaf of bread?" And will ask, and then we'll be told that it's either dairy bread or it's meat bread. Aval siman kazeh eino matir lafot lechem chalavi o basari kedei lemochro shema yu anashim shelo yasimu lev l'siman. However, one cannot sell bread like this, even if it does have that strange shape, because the purchaser has no one to ask once it is out of the seller's hands. Rak kasher osim siman muvhak shakol mevinim imenu shelechem zeh chalavi o basari mutar. However, if there is a well-known, a universal symbol that this indicates meat bread or dairy bread, then it would be permitted. And he gives an example in Israel that there's some pitot, etc., that are sold that are dairy, and they have a certain symbol that everyone knows that it is dairy. The prohibition only applies to bread, since one normally eats it with meat and dairy. It does not apply, obviously, to cakes or to cookies. There it's customary to make them certainly dairy because one knows that there's a possibility of those being dairy, and one is usually very careful. Have a wonderful day, everybody.